Welcome, G.I. Joe fans, to another G.I. Joe toy review. Where this week we will be looking at another beret. Good thing we had scrap iron in between, so we won't have four back-to-back beret G.I. Joe soldiers. Even though I never really initially intended it to be a beret review of the berets theme. But good to have this episode in the books. And this will be another frontline or field command review, so to speak. But before we get to looking at Sergeant Stone, let's do our shout-outs of the week. First, at Back to the Media at 48 South Loudon Street, which is the home of Back to the Media here in Winchester. So if you need any video games, such as the Atari, all the current systems, the PlayStation 5 or whatever's out now, so you can definitely get that Game Freeze console. But if you need your console or your laptop or your PC repaired, you could go to Play It Again Games on Middle Row right behind the seats. So definitely check them out. And check both places out. But if you need toys and collectibles such as G.I. Joe or Transformers or He-Man or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or so on and so forth, you could go to Time Traveler Toys and Collectibles at 115 South Loudon Street here in lovely, and I do mean lovely, Winchester, Virginia. So definitely check that out. Check them out. And you can definitely go and get all your toys and collectible needs from Time Travelers. I mean, I got Sergeant Stone off of eBay, so hey, I mean, eBay gets a shout out this week for that, but it is what it is. But after you go see Time Travelers, and you got a Tyler, and you're looking for like a way to improve their problem or puzzle solving skills, you could go to Thinker Toys here in Winchester and get all of the things from there that you need, and for your youngin' that get them ready for preschool, kindergarten, and whatnot. So definitely check them out. If you need comics and you're in Winchester, you could go to 80 Weems Lane and go to Four Color Fantasies and get all of your comic book needs met there. So definitely give them a shout out. And definitely do that. And if you're in the Salisbury, North Carolina area looking for comic books, go to Comic Monsters. You know, and get your DC, Marvel, IDW, Devil's Due comic book needs met. So definitely give them a shout. And while you're there and you're looking for some good Jamaican food and you're in the Winchester area, go to Tropical Islands and get all your Jamaican food needs met. Definitely do that. And if you're looking for a bank, you can go to Bank of Clark or United Bank and get all your banking needs met. So definitely give them a check. Give them a shout. Definitely see what they got going on for you over there. And if you're looking to get your yard work done and you need some professional help, go see you can go over to you can get a hold of Mixed Tree Service, or you can get a hold of Stoneburgers Tree Service, and both of them have good employees working on getting the yard work done for you, getting everything done right. So definitely give them a shout. And you can't go wrong with either one. So while you're in that area, and you need need some banking assistance made and whatnot, and well, not banking, but if you're looking for insurance, whether it be for auto insurance, homeowners insurance, or even renters insurance, you can go to either State Farm or Farmers Insurance and get some good quotes and some good policies and get some good insurance situations done there. So definitely give them a shout. And while you're in that area, go over see and take your car that you just got insured. Sorry, just drinking some soda. But which is actually ironic because it's a Sheetz cup. Go ahead and scan that QR code if you need to. But of course, I went to Sheetz and got me a Mountain Dew cherry flavored with the cherry flavoring in the fizz machine. But not only can you get sodas from Sheetz, you can also get made to order food as well as gas. Likewise, the same with Handy Mart. So definitely get it done there. And get your gas tank full as well as your belly full. And while you're there, you can go to you can go see get my mind straight here. Having a memory freeze. But actually, this is the time where we do our PSA, which Cobra Island is a proud sponsor of mental health awareness. So, if you're looking for some good counseling and you're in the Winchester area, you could go check out my main man, Robert C. Brown, at Healing Grace Counseling Services, and definitely get some counseling done there. But if Rob's not your thing and you're still in the Winchester area, you could go to like places like Bloom or wherever therapy is served. Or if you're not in the Winchester area, go to your local counseling office, or you can get a hold of National Counseling Group. You know, there's nothing wrong with therapy. I seek it. You know, I get it. So there's nothing wrong with it. You know, and if you need psychiatry, you can go to Northwestern Community Services here in the Winchester Front Royal area. If you're not in the area, go to your closest local psychiatrist's office. So definitely seek that. But if you need somebody to text, and you text a lot, go to 741-741. They got people and staff standing by, so definitely check them out. If you're looking for a human voice to talk to, dial 988, and you could definitely get somebody there. You know, if you need somebody like right away, definitely do that. If you need something a little bit more, go to your closest emergency room. You know, there's nothing wrong with seeking help. But let's look at our topic of Sergeant Stone, starting with his file card, which is like a ID badge, kind of like. And it says, picture Sergeant Stone right there. And it says, Sergeant Stone is a special operations instructor who trains the G.I. Joe team in combat tactics, marksmanship, survival techniques, and other commando skills. He battles Neo Viper forces who drill their way into the G.I. Joe pit headquarters. And of course, it says Sergeant Stone, with his name being Jeffrey Stone IV. Of course, I never read the serial numbers because they're not real numbers based on real people, so no sense of reading it. And he's a sergeant, which is an E5. And then his preferred weapons are 820 selective fire, long range, fully automatic assault rifle. You know, pretty cool little file card. But let's look at his accessories. His dog tag with like the digital style figure stand with Sergeant Stone written on the front. And here's his 820 long range assault rifle, which is pretty sweet. And then he also comes with this knife. You know, a lot of these G.I. Joe figures come with knives, so that's pretty cool. And then he also has his hand pistol, which is pretty nice looking pistol. So let's take a look at Sergeant Stone. Of course, he is a beret. And he kind of looks like Flint. But mainly because I don't think Hasbro got the licensing to get Brendan Fraser's likeness in G.I. Joe like they did Dwayne The Rock Johnson. But his head does rotate the full 360. It does get stiff due to the web gear. Speaking of the web gear, he does have this gray and black vest with a black shirt underneath it, with black gloves. G.I. Joe logo right there. But he does have the ab crunch, but the web gear kind of stops it. But arms, he can move his arms. Go about that far with his arms. Rotate all the way around the full 360. Bend at the elbow. He can rotate at the elbow. And he can also rotate his wrists. And his legs and his urban camouflage gray with green colors and blacks with his boots, and his legs can do full splits. Which just kind of almost looked like a Night Force uniform. But his leg could come up like this. But yeah, he does look kind of Night Force. More on that here after we do look at the rest of the articulation. Has got the typical double knee joint. His leg could pivot, his ankles could pivot, as well as rotate. So let's go ahead and set this guy up. I mean, unfortunately, he can't carry all his weapons, so you gotta have to leave one on the side. You know, but it's your pick. You can either put the pistol on the side, or the knife, or the assault rifle. But we're gonna leave on this figure. We're gonna leave the knife on the side. Ugh. And gear him up with his pistol in his other hand. So what you could do is to keep his accessories with him and put the knife right there on the base of the figure stand. And there we have Sergeant Stone. And for him being the character played by Brendan Fraser, he does look a lot like Flint. You know, sorry for that. He's trying to make sure he can actually focus. But he does look like Flint. But this is Sergeant Stone. He is a great character in my opinion. You know, great look. He, like I said, was mentioning during the articulation, he does look like he could play a role in Night Force, being that his colors do fit the Night Force motif. But this is a great character nonetheless, for, you know, what it's worth. And so you could have him as the official leader of the Night Force, or you could just have him, you know, separate from Night Force. But this is a great character in my opinion. You know, and I'm actually kind of glad that we have a Sergeant Stone in figure form. But this is a top tier figure in my opinion. I like him. I think he's great. Great to have in the collection. And just an all-around great figure. You know, I mean, I know a lot of my G.I. Joes and Transformers figures, I give them a great review. Just because I'm just excited to have that figure. Some of them I am kind of negative on. But mainly because I think they look better in another toy line. But it is what it is. But I'm glad to have Sergeant Stone. I'm glad to have him. I would say pick him up if you're a completist. But you don't have to have him to have your thing. But if you're into the G.I. Joe live action movies, then you definitely got to have this guy. But that's been it for G.I. Joe this week. Now you know, and knowing is half the battle. So I'll see you in the next one. Peace.